Hi Fabi, how are you doing?
Hello.
Okay, we're going to wait a little bit for the rest. And today we're going to see the writing integrated, all right? Hey Isabella, how are you doing? Okay guys, let's wait a moment until the rest of the students are here. So we can start. Okay, you can have some paper or a pen if you wanted to take some notes. Okay guys, well, let's recap really quick this. All right, so today we're going to see, can you please turn your camera on? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you guys. So for the writing section, for the integrated writing, I already explained this. Just to recap a little bit, no? You are going to get a passage and an audio. Now in the passage, you're going to read an information, usually it's academic, related to an academic topic, and then you're going to listen to an audio, all right? In this case, you have just 20 minutes to plan and write your essay, okay? It's just 20 minutes. Isabella, do you remember how many minutes do you have to write the writing question number 2, the one we practiced last class?
Was it like 30 minutes?
Yes, exactly, it's 30. In this case, no, it's just 20. All right, so this is the instruction that you're going to get. Isabella, could you read it for us? Thank you very much.
For this task, you will read a passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You may take notes while you read and listen. Then you will write a response to a question that asks you about the relationship between the reading and the lecture. The question does not ask you to express your personal opinion. You may refer to the reading passage again when you write, but you will only be allowed to hear the lecture one time. You may use your notes to help you answer the question. Typically, an effective response will be 150 to 225 words. You should allow 3 minutes to read the passage. After 3 minutes, listen to the lecture. Finally, allow 20 minutes to plan and write your essay.
Thank you very much, Isabella. So basically what she just read for us is that we will have less time. They are not asking about our opinion. And so another important detail that we will get. Hi, Valeria. Oh, Valentina, sorry. Welcome. You are going to have just 3 minutes to read the passage, and then you will listen the lecture, and you will have just 20 minutes to write your essay, no? Because you have less time than in the writing number 2. The amount of words that you are going to require, or the minimum, it's lower, no? So consider that you don't have to write as many words, no? So yeah, let's see. All right, sorry. Okay, so let's take a look to Magoosh. We're going to practice there, and I'm going to show you how it's going to look like. It's going to look very similar to this. Valentina, Isabella already read this for us, but a recap is that it's basically explaining that you will read the passage. No, you have just 3 minutes to read the passage. The question is not asking you to express your opinion. That's very important, guys. It's totally different to the other writing, and you can take notes if you want to, for the writing especially. But one thing to consider is that you are going to have the writing at all times on the screen. All right, that's important, guys. If you want to write anything, it should be information that we're summarizing in our own words. No, do not write the same thing. I'm going to show you what I'm meaning. Okay, and another important detail to consider is that you will have 20 minutes to write, not 30, like in the other writing question, question number 2. Okay, so let's see what I'm talking about. We're gonna come back, don't worry, we're going to practice with this topic. Actually, we're going to see globalization. It's not a very unknown topic, so you've probably heard a little bit about this topic already. As you can see, it's quite long, no? It's not super long, no, but it's quite long. But you just have 3 minutes to write this, okay? Remember that, just 3 minutes to read it. You can take notes, yes. Remember though, that then you will get the audio, right? Let's pretend we already listened to the audio, no? Here, it's the lecture. You're going to have the lecture while you are planning your response. No, you can take a look to it. It's going to be right next to the part where your response goes. All right, so that's important to notice. You can take a look to the passage at all times. It will be here, no? But remember that every time that you go and take a look, no, it's going to be taking time out of your writing time, no? So I will advise you guys to, while you are reading, maybe try to take some notes, but mostly summarizing things. Do not write the same thing, but because you already have it here, no? Write, if you want to write something, summarize your own ideas, or summarize your ideas in your own words. Okay, that's important. Okay, guys, so basically we're going to start now. Just a reminder how it goes. We're going to actually do this one, so please pay attention to it. We're going to read this. We're going to have 3 minutes to read it, no? Remember, you're going to find 3 different ideas about the same topic. We already know the topic is about globalization. Usually, each paragraph is going to have a different idea. So here you're going to find an idea is not always as clear. So that's why you need to understand it. No, it's not like, if you remember in some of the sections, you might find the answer in the beginning. No, you have to understand, in this case, no, you have to understand the whole paragraph to understand the idea. So read it, in these 3 minutes that you will get, and write the idea in your own words. Okay, that's important. Do not write the same thing. No, whatever you understand, write it. Take notes. That will be the first idea. The second paragraph is going to be the second idea, and the third paragraph is the third idea. All right, any questions so far? Before we start? Okay, so what do you have to write here in your notes? The topic, what they are talking about, the definition, and try to find the 3 ideas about the topic. One idea is going to be in different paragraph. ¿Qué es un párrafo? No, esto es un párrafo. Inicia con una mayúscula, puede tener puntos seguidos dentro, pero termina con un punto aparte. Esto es un párrafo. Párrafo 1, van a encontrar la primera idea. Párrafo 2, la segunda idea. Párrafo 3, la tercera idea. ¿Ok? Acuérdense que el opuesto a cada una de las ideas que encuentren aquí las van a escuchar en el audio y lo mismo, tienen que tomar notas al respecto. Ok, let's start, guys. Les voy a compartir, I'm going to share this doc because, como ven, no se puede ver todo, entonces quiero que lean a su velocidad, pero bien teniendo acceso, más bien dicho, a todo el contenido como tal. Entonces, si no estoy mal, lo tengo aquí. Give me one moment. Y sobre este mismo documento que voy a compartir, van a ir trabajando. Okay, lo pondré al principio. ¿Sí? This is the top. Oh, I apologize because it's marked like that. Let me fix it. All right. Quitamos las negrillas, no sé, ustedes ya ven, pero van a ir leyendo de la compu. Ok, ya les comparto el link. Ok, welcome everyone. Vamos a practicar el writing, el integrated. Ok, váyanse uniendo. Como van a leer de la compu, voy a dejar de compartir. Ya van a leer del documento y luego vamos a escuchar el audio. Ok, rapidito, si han llegado un poquito tarde, en resumen, lo que tienen que hacer bueno, tienen 3 minutos para leer este extracto del tema globalización y tienen que sacar ideas sobre el tema, ¿no? El párrafo, bueno, en este caso el contenido como tal del tema, ¿no? Una definición, mejor si en sus propias palabras, y de cada párrafo igual. Tienen que sacar la idea principal, digamos, pero tiene que ser una idea completa, compleja, entendible, no 2, 3 palabras, no tiene que ser una oración o una oración compuesta, ¿no? Que puede decir algo y luego end, completa con algo. ¿Ok? So, any questions before we start? Everyone is here? All right, guys. Voy a dejar de compartir para que lean tranquilos. Tienen 3 minutos. ¿Ok? Cualquier pregunta, consulta, les aviso. Les voy a interrumpir a los 3 minutos. ¿Ok? Please start reading and taking notes.
Hello, I just came in. What do I have to do?
Andrea.
Yes.
Ok. Tienes que leer la lectura en el link que le estoy compartiendo, por favor. Ingresas y tienes que sacar ideas principales de cada uno de los párrafos. Y vamos a ir trabajando la pregunta, el writing 2. De cada párrafo tienes que sacar una idea, un resumen en tus propias palabras, ¿ok? Okay, guys, how you did? Okay, did everyone have or understood or had the time to read the whole paragraph? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, guys. All right, so we already know about this topic. No, they are talking about globalization. Can anyone tell me what is the first paragraph talking about? The first one, please. In your own words.
It talks about the definition of globalization nowadays and how could it would be possible. And it's like an introduction, and it mentioned that it's they value globalization as a positive matter, and explains that it gives a lot of benefits.
Exactly. So in this case, they are telling us, thank you very much, no, that is something good for society in general. All right. Let's see, Andrea, what did you understand in the second paragraph, please? Share with us your ideas, your own ideas. It could be something short, it's fine.
Okay, maybe the virtue of globalization, because says that que permite desarrollar nuevas naciones, es que estaba leyendo, that it allows development nations. So maybe the values of the globalization.
All right, yes, it could be a way to explain it. Thank you very much, Andrea, great job. Let's continue. Isabella, what do you think about the second, or well, the third paragraph? What can you summarize in your own ideas?
I couldn't finish reading.
So you couldn't understand this third paragraph?
Not really. I was still writing the second.
All right. Just by the way, I gave you 4 minutes. Now we're supposed to read it in 3. Let's see. Thank you very much, Isabella. Valentina, what about you? What did you understand this third paragraph?
Okay, it is like a second idea. First was the first idea. This is the second one, and it talks about how capitalism is involved in globalization because of the competition forces and all of that in the industry, and how one nation needs another one to develop both of them.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right, Fabi, what about you? Can you talk? I'm not sure. I think you're in the car, but
Yes, let me try.
Okay.
The last one is about the relationship between two countries, and that relationship can help to don't go to a work, for example. And this relationship can help to the environment to help improve the development in the development in the environmental concerns.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So no, basically we have 3 different ideas that are talking about the positive development or good sides. I don't know how to explain it, but about globalization. No, it's saying basically no, globalization is good. So now we're going to listen to the conversation, well, to the audio. And now we are going to take a look. Okay, because it's the first time we're going to listen it twice. So let's listen and please pay attention and take notes. Just a heads up, you're going to listen again definition of globalization from a different perspective, more like it could be like a negative perspective, and then 3 ideas that are going to be contradicting each of these 3 ideas that we've seen first. Okay, so let's start, guys.
Now listen to part of a lecture on the topic you just read about.
Globalization is a pretty hot topic, right? And for good reason. It's contentious, not the kind of thing everybody agrees about. It's hard to say that globalization is necessarily a good thing. There are a number of ills that have come hand in hand with the changes we've seen. First, I want to stress the danger of reliance on the global market. It may help keep competition healthy, sure, but when countries are so economically interconnected, crashes and recessions cause a wave of problems, and in more than just the country where it starts. Take the 2008 financial crisis, for instance, which was set off by problems in the US, but it spiraled out to a number of countries in Europe and elsewhere too. And of course, the second thing I should bring up is one you may have thought more about, something a little closer to home. When we send work offshore to other countries that can produce or just work for cheaper, then we no longer have those jobs in our own country. For example, most TVs sold in the US were used to be made here, but nowadays, well, we buy them all over from other countries. When the US opened trade with Mexico, our TV manufacturers closed their US plants and moved to Mexico, where they could find cheaper labor. What happened to the workers at those US plants? Many had to be laid off. And finally, as for the environmental benefits, well, that's a bit suspect. After all, have we seen our environmental problems go away as the global economy has grown? Far from it. These countries that can manufacture cheaply and export goods, they create astronomical air pollution. Global trade encourages cheap production, and cheap production is often environmentally harmful.
Summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they cast doubt on points made in the reading.
All right, we're going to listen it one more time, but I just want you guys to pay attention to the linking words or connectors that are going to be introducing each of the ideas. No, as we've seen, well, sorry, we're right there. So as we've seen in the paragraph, no, it starts or it uses linking words to introduce the different ideas. No, in this case, they use the same. No, they start with that one idea and then they go second. It doesn't go as secondary. No, they do a second and they use finally. So in that way you can recognize them too. Okay, so let's listen one more time so you can have your well, as many notes as you can, because we're going to work on that. Okay, so let's start one more time. Complete your ideas, please.
Now listen to part of a lecture on the topic you just read about.
Globalization is a pretty hot topic, right? And for good reason. It's contentious, not the kind of thing everybody agrees about. It's hard to say that globalization is necessarily a good thing. There are a number of ills that have come hand in hand with the changes we've seen. First, I want to stress the danger of reliance on the global market. It may help keep competition healthy, sure, but when countries are so economically interconnected, crashes and recessions cause a wave of problems, and in more than just the country where it starts. Take the 2008 financial crisis, for instance, which was set off by problems in the US, but it spiraled out to a number of countries in Europe and elsewhere too. And of course, the second thing I should bring up is one you may have thought more about, something a little closer to home. When we send work offshore to other countries that can produce or just work for cheaper, then we no longer have those jobs in our own country. For example, most TVs sold in the US were used to be made here, but nowadays, well, we buy them all over from other countries. When the US opened trade with Mexico, our TV manufacturers closed their US plants and moved to Mexico, where they could find cheaper labor. What happened to the workers at those US plants? Many had to be laid off. And finally, as for the environmental benefits, well, that's a bit suspect. After all, have we seen our environmental problems go away as the global economy has grown? Far from it. These countries that can manufacture cheaply and export goods, they create astronomical air pollution. Global trade encourages cheap production, and cheap production is often environmentally harmful.
Summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they cast doubt on points made in the reading.
Okay, so as you heard, no, basically they try to critique each of the ideas that we see in the in each of the ideas, no, that we see in the paragraph. So just for the students that are a little bit late, no, after you read a passage and then you listen to the lecture, in this case was a 2-minute lecture, then you are going to get this type of, let me see if you can see better. 1 second, please. All right, it looks better that way. So then you will have this on your screen, no? Type your essay into the provider editor, summarize the points made in the lecture you just heard, explaining how they contradict points made in the reading passage. So we're going to base our response in the template that all of you already have, know that I've been sharing these last classes. But one heads up is that you are always going to have the paragraph on the left side of your screen, always. So if you want to check for something, you will find it here, ¿no? Para que se entienda otra vez, el texto siempre va, el extracto siempre va a estar aquí, a su izquierda, ¿no? Entonces, cualquier cosa que quieran revisar, lo pueden hacer. Sin embargo, yo les recomendaría que se basen más en los apuntes que han podido tener, porque ya lo han leído y bueno, un resumen cortito se ha ido tomando, ¿no? Durante la primera parte. Si desean revisar algo, lo pueden hacer, pero tomen en cuenta que va a ir quitando tiempo de escritura. Okay, so let's practice. Please everyone go back to this presentation. Let me see if I can make it look a bit bigger or better. So you have the writing template here. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it. Oh, thank you. Who did it? Excellent. Thank you very much. Did I do that? I'm not sure. Okay. Anyways, so you have the. Everyone has it? Please let me know. I'm going to share it again. You have to be here. I just have 2 people. In the case of Fabi, I will understand if I cannot see you anymore, but I need you to get in here. Okay. So basically here, let's try to understand this really quick. The reading extract leads off with, so it's basically telling us, well, the extract, the passage, no, el texto is talking about, and then we have to summarize an idea here. Okay, entonces, como ya han leído, lo ideal otra vez, ¿no? Que es que tomen apuntes de lo que han leído por cada párrafo. Lean y una idea que les venga, ¿no? Se trate de describir en sus propias palabras, no copiar y pegar lo mismo, ¿no? Then it goes not and less, ¿no? Can anyone tell me what it means, this, or can tell me a synonymous of this word?
Like but.
Nevertheless, however.
However, no, otherwise. Thank you very much, guys. No, it's like going, no, on the other side. No, for in one side or one hand we have this, and on the other one we have this. So this is explaining, no, the reading, and then here the lecture. The lecture is el audio, no, and here you summarize the idea. Not try to summarize a complete idea. It could be what's the word? Se me dio, perdón, pero una oración compuesta, ¿no? Si desean. Pero tratemos de tener una idea que se explique bien, ¿no? Que se entienda. Then we're going to jump to try to put both ideas of each either passage or lecture together, ¿no? So we go first in the reading passage. It is claimed, ¿no? Claimed es como se afirma, ¿no? Se afirma that. Y aquí van a poner la primera idea. La primera idea del primer párrafo, ¿no? And then you go the same word, no then less, no however, ¿no? In the presentation, ¿qué tienen en la presentación? En el audio, ¿no? Entonces aquí ponen su resumen del primer párrafo, de la primera idea, perdón, en este caso un párrafo, y luego del audio o de la presentación del profesor, ¿no es cierto? Lo mismo con la siguiente. Then we go secondly, let's mark this, ¿no? Rapidito, para que se entienda la lógica y no estemos. In the reading, otra vez, vamos a la segunda idea. We explain it here, ¿no? In the reading excerpt es un sinónimo para texto, básicamente, ¿no? Extract, passage, excerpt, selection son sinónimos, ¿ya? Todos están hablando del reading, pero cada uno de una idea distinta, ¿no? Introducción o definición, la primera idea, la segunda y la tercera, ¿no? Y aquí es lo mismo. Aquí hablamos de la lectura o del audio en la presentación, sinónimo de lecture, the reading passage. In the professor speech is maintained, ¿no? Igual sigue con the lecture, ¿no? El audio. Y después, on the other hand, in the presentation, lo mismo, ¿no? Son sinónimos. Entonces aquí van a ir llenando con ideas, ¿ya? Entonces, no sé si hay alguna pregunta, pueden comenzar a trabajar. Creo que se entiende, ¿no? La lógica es bastante sencilla. Si hay alguna pregunta, por favor, ahorita atentos para que... Perdón, aquí es la idea que voy a ir. ¿Ya? Entonces, comencemos. Vamos a tener 20 minutos para escribir. Ya, pásense en sus textos y bueno, comenzamos por favor. Voy a dejar de compartir para que no les moleste la visión, pero el timer yo lo voy a estar tomando. Okay, guys, 2 minutes left to finish the writing. If you want to, you can stop now so we can take a look to our classmates' writing. I was paying attention to Valentina's, which is the one that it has more information. Okay, guys, 2 minutes to conclude or to take a look to your classmates' writing. Okay, guys, so let's check how you did. Okay, we're going to take a quick look. I left the text paragraph not here because as I showed you before, you will have access to it at all times. And well, the template, no? Okay, I'm going to check Camila's next. We're going to talk later because we won't have enough time because we just have 5 minutes. But I'm going to, if you finish, will be great, Camila, so I can give you some notes related to that. Okay? Because she kind of like adapt the template, but using different words. No, but the main thing here, it's that, and we're going to take a look to Valentina's work, which is the one that I feel like it has more information. No, the main thing here is if anyone can mention what do you think you use more to fill it on this with the spaces. What would you say? Let's say Valentina. Did you feel that you had enough information to write? How you did? How you do it?
Yes, I just combined both information they gave to us, and I didn't give my opinion. I think it was just with the information we have received.
Thank you very much. One question, Valentina. Do you have lots of notes or you base your information on the paragraph mostly? How you did it?
I have 1 page of the writing and 1 page of the audio.
All right. So that's very important. Thank you, Valentina. It's important that we have notes, no, because we're going to base our essay on that, no. So no, you have to pay attention to it at all times and try to write always in your own words. That's also important. But if you pay attention to the audio or the lecture, you always have kind of like an introduction, kind of like a definition or a point of view, and then you always have an example. So always when you are taking the notes, try to put both ideas. So if you were reading while I was explaining this, no, it's very good explained. No, if you take a look to it, no, we probably had to finish a little bit faster, no, because the last idea wasn't complete, no? But it is a very good job. That's what we have to achieve. That's the amount of information that we should achieve, no? And obviously, if we don't have a lot of notes, if we didn't understand very good, it's going to be hard for us, and probably we're going to be going back to take a look to just the passage because we cannot listen to the audio anymore, no? So, Valentina, could you read just the first paragraph for us? Thank you very much.
Okay, the reading extract leads off with the idea of how globalization has interconnected all countries. Therefore, since it began, development has been seen in the connected countries. Nonetheless, in the lecture, it is said that this is not necessarily a good thing, due to the fact that if one of the countries has a recession, all the other countries are going to see the consequences. For instance, the 2009 crisis, which started in US and expanded to the rest of America and Europe.
All right, crazy. All right, thank you very much, Valentina. Great job. If you see, she has different ideas and she's using connectors or linking words to put them together. No es solo una idea. Entonces, por ejemplo, podríamos utilizar, ¿no?, el concepto que se nos da, y casi en todos los casos se dan la idea y luego un ejemplo, ¿no?, para complementar. Entonces, igual está parafraseando bastante, ¿no? Entonces, eso es importante, no quedarnos simplemente con una idea, ¿no? En este caso, ya se pueden dar cuenta de que ella tiene el fuerte en el writing, ¿no? Y lo que queremos llegar es a eso, ¿no? No necesariamente estamos copiando y pegando la información que se ha escuchado, que se ha leído, ¿no? Estamos parafraseando, organizando las ideas de una manera que se entienda, ¿no? Y bueno, la lógica, si han leído lo demás, ¿no?, sigue lo mismo. Y está muy bien hecho así, ¿no? Ese es el punto. Tal vez no nos va a dar tiempo a poner tanta información, tal vez, ¿no? En este caso, acuérdense, hemos leído por 4 minutos el texto, ¿no? Era solo 3, y hemos escuchado 2 veces la conversación, o el lecture, ¿no? Y era solo 1. Obviamente tenemos bastante información, sin embargo, en el TOEFL como tal no va a ser así, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, ahora ya que tienen la introducción y ya tienen una idea cómo se va a trabajar, ¿no? Traten de sacarle provecho y mañana con Andrea traten de realizarlo. Posiblemente lo van a hacer más en tiempo, ¿no? Traten de hacerlo tal vez un poquito más rápido, ¿no? Y consideren este tip basándonos un poquito en el trabajo de Vale. Los conectores es importante, no lo que se les ha ido diciendo desde un principio. De todas formas, las personas que quieran terminar todo, absolutamente todo, ¿no?, hasta acá, me pueden hacer saber y yo les hago comentarios al respecto, ¿no? Le puedo sacar un screenshot y se los mando directamente para que no sea a través del link, digamos. Pero me dicen, ¿ya? Si es que alguna persona me puede hablar por privado y me dice, yo lo he completado, quisiera que me revise mi ensayo y me digan, ¿no?, que puedo arreglar, que puedo aumentar, ¿no? Porque ahorita como tal no nos estamos basando o estamos evaluando ahorita el contenido como tal, ¿no? Como estoy introduciendo recién, lo que quiero que se entienda es la lógica de cómo va la organización y que hayan cosas que sí o sí se tomen en cuenta sin importar el contenido, lo cual es los conectores, ¿no?, que es base. Y obviamente haber entendido bien y haber tomado notas, ¿no?, o apuntes. Ok, eso sería todo. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much, guys. I don't know if there is any questions. Me gustaría que tomen esta oportunidad, ¿no? Las personas que quieran completar y me dicen para que yo les revise. Con Cami ya me he comprometido. Si alguien más quiere, por favor me dice en privado. Eso sería todo. No sé si hay alguna pregunta mientras voy pasando el Today's Polls. Paso rapidísimo la clase, chicas. Así que, por favor, lean con atención y respondan. Y nada, eso sería todo. Muchas gracias por su atención. 3. Falta una persona, por favor. El resto decía, completaron con la encuesta, se puede salir. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
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 Camille, are you still there?
Yes.
Ok, Cami, ¿sabes qué voy a hacer contigo? Termínalo de revisar, de trabajar, y yo lo voy a revisar comparando. Si lo puedes marcar solo las partes que tú has puesto en tus palabras, como estos
Ok.
conectores, introductores, y me dices ya lo he terminado. Yo tengo clases, pero tengo espacios en los
Ok,
que descansar.
gracias.
I'm going to take a look y let's see how we did it.
Ok, thanks. Ya estoy terminando. También tenía el de la clase pasada. Así que
¿Aso?
de repente le puedo mandar los dos.
Ya, buenísimo. Entonces me avisas, terminas y le damos una revisada.
Ya,
Igual
ok.
has hecho la adaptación, ¿no es cierto?
Ah, no, en ese no.
Ah, ya,
En
entonces,
ese seguido. Ujú, ya, ok.
ok, super.
Gracias.
Bye, Cami.
Bye.